الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, when I was a child, I remember my parents would always tell me, you know, we're going to go back home. We're just here for a few years and we're going to go back home. And when I was about 13 years old, they packed everything up and they said, "Khalas, we're going back home, we're not coming back here." So we went back home, stayed for a couple of years, and then we came back here. And since then, go back for visits. And this is the reality for a lot of people. A lot of people came to this country thinking they want to work for a little bit, they want to earn some money, but they don't really want to live here. We all know that living here means that a lot of the values, principles, beliefs, norms, the things that are normal in this society, they don't really align with Islam. In reality, they conflict with our deen, our adat, our norms. And this is a big challenge that we face by living here. As much as many of us would like to be able to go back home, it's difficult. And this is the reality. A lot of people, this has become home. Years are passing by, generations are passing. Now, you were once a kid, now you're an adult, now you have your own kids, now your kids are growing up. Now your kids are ready to get married, and so on and so forth. And as many of us have seen living in this society, we understand what does the Western society want from us. What do they want from us? They want us to assimilate. That's what they want. Assimilate is their nice way of saying, وَلَن تَرْضَ عَنْكَ الْيَهُودَ وَالنَّصَارَى حَتَّى تَتَّبِعَ مِلَّتَهُمْ. They will never really be pleased with you. They will never accept you for who you are until you follow their way. That's basically what assimilation is. Give up your identity, give up your deen, give up your adat, give up your norms, give up your traditions, and accept the liberal, secular, Western norms. So when you're a minority in such a situation, this is a challenge, and we have to be up to this challenge. And a lot of people, sadly, are sleeping. They're literally sleeping to this issue. We're seeing now youth growing up very casually, adi, marrying non-Muslims, boys and girls. It's happening. And anybody with half a brain understands what kind of disaster that is. What kind of children will they have? And we've seen now children growing up in such families that in many cases are not even Muslim. They grow up to be non-Muslims. They grow up to be kuffar. Is there a greater disaster than this? So I always bring back our attention to three important institutions that we have to focus on. The institution of the home, the family, what is going on inside your home. You as a father, you as a mother, you as a brother, what's going on in there? Number two, the masjid. The masjid has a huge role in this society. We talked about this yesterday. I see a lot of people a lot of Muslimin, they have, the masjid they threw it kind of aside. Maybe they come for Jummah, that's about it. And many Muslims don't even come for Jummah. This is the situation. We talked about it yesterday. How important it is to attach ourselves to the masajid. The third institution, we'll talk about it tomorrow, is the institution of the education and the school. When you have a young family and you're thinking, how can I protect my family from all the munkar and evil and corruption that's around us? How can I protect my family? You need to have vision. You need to have bu'd nazar. You got to be looking strategy. You got to have strategy. What am I doing? Sometimes, back home when they have iftar and things in the masjid, a lot of times the iftar is viewed as it's for the poor people, something like this, so poor people can have something to eat. When we have iftar in the masjid here, alhamdulillah, most of us are able to afford food, and food is not, a struggle. So then why have these iftar? Why have these tajammu'at? A brother, I spoke to a brother the other day when we had the iftar, and I asked him, are you staying for the iftar with us? And he said yes. I told him, did you bring your family? And he said, no, my wife is shy, she doesn't know anybody here. And this reminded me of something, that the masjid has to be a welcoming place. For some of us who are regular attendees and our kids grew up in the masjid, we got used to it. Our kids run around like they own the place. But for someone who is not regularly coming to the masjid, now they want to start coming. Or maybe it's their first time coming. Or maybe they're new to the city or new to this country, they don't know many people. The masjid has to be a welcoming place. We have to be accepting and welcoming. Recognize when there's somebody new. Don't sit around in your little cliques and a little group of people you know and not pay attention. Well, there's new brother. For the sisters, there's new sister. Go introduce yourself. When we have iftars, and suhoor, it's not about, a lot of people don't come to these things sometimes. A lot of times people don't come to these things, maybe the food is not ala zogo, he doesn't want to come. Or I'm going to sit on the floor, like, come on, I'm not coming. I have to stand in a line to get my iftar, Allahu Akbar, I'm not coming. La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. There's a bigger cause, a bigger benefit. These are avenues and means to connect to the masjid, to connect and build a bond and build a brotherhood, to make your children become used to the environment of the masjid, to meet, ta'aruf. So we have to understand, we have to have vision. What am I trying to do? How do I protect myself? The masjid is a great avenue. And it all starts with Salat al-Jama'ah, the congregational prayer. Why are many of the rituals and ibadat of Islam done in congregation? Think about it. Why? Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, "Man salla al-isha'a fi jama'a, فكأنما قام نصف الليل. ومن صلى الفجر في جماعة فكأنما قام الليل كله." You pray Isha in congregation, it's as if you prayed half the night. You pray Salat al-Subh, Fajr, in congregation in the masjid, it's as if you prayed the whole night. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you the incentive, the reward, the motivation. But there's great hikmah and there's great wisdom behind this. So let's take advantage. The masajid are full and busy during Ramadan, but we need to carry it forward after Ramadan. Keep attending the masjid, bring your children, bring your wife, bring your family, and build an attachment to the masjid. Barakallahu feekum, jazakumullahu khair.